Hi everybody and welcome back to Be Like Christ. In today's video, I'm going to talk about something a little bit different. Should Christians support or watch for entertainment UFC or MMA fighting? Now you may say, where on earth did you come up with this topic? Well, unless you've had your head under the social media rock, you've probably heard about the Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather fight that's coming up. And it's kind of UFC's poster boy against boxing's poster boy. And they're going to go head to head in August, and it's some big whoop-de-doo. And although we could make a video about both of these types of sports, boxing and UFC, I wanted to focus a little bit more on the UFC side because that's the more notoriously violent sport. Ultimate fighting is a sport that's gaining more and more popularity across the United States every single year. And before we jump on that bandwagon, I thought it would be important for us as Christians to ask the question, is that something that we should really support? For those of you who may not know anything about ultimate fighting, it's basically putting two individuals into a cage and fighting until one of them either submits or is totally knocked out. And in this video, I'm going to give you two very quick reasons why I think UFC is not something that Christians should support. And I know everybody's probably going to get mad at me. And the first reason is this: violence for the sake of entertainment undercuts and devalues the dignity of being a human being. As human beings, we've been created with an incredible gift, and that is that we've been created in the image of God, but also an incredible opportunity, one, to become children of God through reconciliation through Jesus Christ, and then to use our lives to help other people to do the same thing. As humans and as Christians, we should be trying to raise people's eyes to see Christ, who is higher, greater, better than our human, carnal, sinful selves. There's an opportunity here to have real, eternal purpose, not just carnal existence. Leave that for the animals. And this is where I think violence for the sake of entertainment really fails. It's just a callback to a very bestial, carnal, animalistic way of living. When for my entertainment, I enjoy nothing more than watching one man jump on the chest of another man and beat the image of God to a bloody pulp, there's something wrong with that. Strength and youth and energy and God-blessed health is not to be used to beat the brain cells out of another individual. And for those of us who aren't participators but who are spectators, who may be paying to watch a fight on television, is it really the case that we can't find anything more holy, anything more pure, anything more lovely than watching a man destroy another guy's face? There's enough violence in the world where I don't think we need to be injecting any more violence into the plethora of already violent media. And there are already attacks on human dignity. You think about things like abortion, and the sanctity of life is already being undercut by that. Let's not introduce anything else that's going to devalue being a human being. The second reason I would say that this type of violence doesn't need to be supported by Christians is because this sport specifically is giving young people and old people a bad and errant definition of what it means to be a man. If you've ever seen this Conor McGregor guy who's about to fight, you know that he's extraordinarily arrogant. And he goes around tooting his own horn all the time and talking about all of his accomplishments and why he's the best and why he can beat up anybody and that no one's ever going to defeat him. Some of these men have become heroes to young people, and many young people are devoting their time and their energy and enrolling in schools that teach them mixed martial arts because they want to be the next Conor McGregor, whoever, fill in the name. And they get an image of manhood that says masculinity looks like me boasting about myself, and that anybody who challenges me, I can hit him in the face and knock him down and he'll stay down. And if I can do that, that's what makes me a real champion and a true man. These fighters are almost gods to some people. They've made them their idols, right? The only problem with that is that God and a real man look absolutely nothing like these men. And the way that we know that is because the God-man looked nothing like these men. You take a look at Jesus and you contrast his life with the life of these men, and Jesus, while hanging on the cross, could call down thousands of heavenly angels and could have wiped out basically the entire world. He had the power to punch the world in the face and the world was going to stay down. The only thing was, he didn't do that. That wasn't the proof of being a real man to him. It was suffering for the sake of others, not causing others to suffer for his personal glory. You think about how backwards this image is, that I'm a real man if I can make you bleed. Jesus is everything against that. Jesus says the mark of being a true man and a true servant and truly a son of God is that your blood's going to be spilled for others. So those are my 2 reasons why I think this type of violence for the sake of entertainment should just be avoided altogether. And I'm sure there's going to be people who disagree with me. Comment down below if you don't agree. Or if you do agree, I'd love to hear some discussion on this. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with your friends, share it with your UFC friends and see what they say. See you later.